Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. I'm gonna wait until some people log on. Um, I just want to talk about what's going on. We are in Sagittarius season. hmm And it definitely feels very different. I'm up in Tahoe. Hi, Christina. I wanted to wait until you joined. I want to show you guys like the snow out here. So it's been snowing, and yesterday it's been raining. So now it's raining. It's kind of slushy. But look at all that snow. Yeah. Yeah, with all this Capricorn energy right here, Capricorn is the initiator of winter. Even though the sun is in Sagittarius, literally, the sun in Sagittarius is pretty much all alone. Because every single planet that is even worth talking about is in Capricorn right now. So I'm going to get cozy in this bed because I have my coffee right here and I have my heating on blanket. So I stayed up most of the night working on the Jupiter entering Capricorn, which is happening. Good morning. Hi. Which is happening today, this morning around 10:20. So does everyone have their coffee and their morning faces? Mm. So I'm still kind of waking up. Stayed up pretty late doing that video, which I will talk a little bit about that for this morning because so Jupiter, its transit is a year through a zodiac sign, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is the explorer, it's the guru, it's the teacher. It seeks new um, uh, situations, new adventures, and it reaches new heights. So Jupiter has been cozy at home for the last year. Sagittarius energy in our chart has maybe come fairly uh, fairly easy. Um, I don't know, maybe Sagittarius and has had, the last year bring a lot of luck and expansion. Pretty much now that it's moved, or it's going to move into Capricorn, it's actually at fall where it's not very happy. It is an earth sign and it's very grounding and it's stable. Mm. So, with that being said, like, we're pretty much this year going to focus on creating stability in our lives. And because Capricorn rules the knees in the body and it also rules the bones, these are areas that we might have some trouble with if we're not caring for them. So, um, you know, just be careful with your knees and your bones, because you could totally break them. Um, just saying, it's astrology is so nuts and crazy. Mhm. And because Uranus is in Taurus, which is another earth sign, it is being trined eventually. Just Jupiter moving through Capricorn is going to naturally communicate and have positive and harmonious conversations with Taurus and Virgo. Now, because Uranus is in Taurus, Uranus rules accidents, awakening, insight. And so on December 15th, we're going to have a harmonious trine between Jupiter and Uranus. So that should be a day where meditation would probably be very helpful for you, because you could get some much needed insight as to how to create stability and ideas on making money and stuff like that. Because our value, our stability, is something that is going to be important to us during this next year transit. Things that are more stable and secure, and we're not just going to want anything that's temporary. We want substantial connections and relationships with not only people, but the things around us. So this is a very grounding transit. Because Jupiter is the luckiest planet, it will be blessing a lot of the Capricorns out there, or highlighting the area where Capricorn is in your chart. So Christina, do you know where Capricorn is in your chart? What house that it's in? And then on can you guys hear me okay? I hope so. On December 9th is when the planet of communication will be entering Sagittarius. So the sun won't be alone. The sun and Mercury are pretty much best friends. And so Mercury's coming in to give the sun some company and maybe some much needed insight. Oh, good, it's in your first house. So at some point, Jupiter is going to, well, it's probably expanding your 12th house, which is, your unconscious and things coming up, and some creative maybe ideas as well that you can be getting. But it's a very sleepy type of transit until it pops into your first house. That will be your rebirth, your new beginning. It will give you a lot of energy to start going towards your goals for your new cycle. So that's going to be an important transit when Jupiter finally pops into your first house. So right now it's probably still in your 12th, depending on the degrees of Capricorn. So your ascendant, which is the eastern part of your chart where the sun was rising. So just see where the degrees in that, because right now you're figuring out like where you're going to point your arrow. And then once Saturn pops into your first, it's like you're ready to launch forward and do the necessary steps on getting to your goal. Oh, 27 degrees. So your Jupiter is going to be practically transiting your 12th house for a while until towards the end of the year. So yeah, this is gestation for you too, because it's in the endings. Sagittarius is in the 12th house. Okay. I'll have to look at it. Hey, what's up, David Cruz? Nice to see you. Oh, thank you. I'm not sure. Laverne, or wait. Yeah, Laverne, is this, who is this? Is it Mickey, or I'm not sure. Um, so we will be getting a lot of insight, and by the 11th will be the full moon in Gemini, which will be giving us a lot of information that was in the unconscious, or that was hidden, will surface, So the Gemini is the twins, and because Mercury will be in Sagittarius, there will be something that brings us to new heights. Oh, why do people love Leo so much? Because we're the light of the universe. We're ruled by the sun. I love you too, David. Aunt Nikki? Hmm. Mickey, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay. Someone had said that it was like Anastasia or something like that, or like someone else using your account. But yeah, okay, cool. Aunt Mickey, hi. Thanks for joining. I'm at your sister's house. um, okay, back to work. All right. Are you still in the wine industry? I'm gonna have to come visit you if you are. But maybe you're just doing daddy duties, um, and changing the booties. So Venus will enter Aquarius on the 19th, and that is going to be a fun energy of just wanting um, to do something different, especially with our money. Like how we make money, how we receive love. We just want something like eccentric and different, and and then the sun enters Capricorn on the 21st, which is the winter solstice, later that day around 8:20, and the sun is going to enter the big group of characters that are chilling in Capricorn's house. There's a party going on in Capricorn's house, like a lot of people, um, a lot of planets. I call them peeps, people. There are characters, right? And the scene is in Capricorn's house, and their characters that are being played is um, uh, the sign. So there's a lot of Capricorn energy going to be going on in December. A stellium of energy, which is three or more planets. Then we'll have a solar eclipse on the 25th, paired, obviously with the new moon, because it's going to be an angular eclipse, and the moon will be in Capricorn. So, and the sun. So you're going to have the sun, you're going to have the moon crossing over between the sun and the earth, and we will see a ring of fire around it, because it's not a total eclipse, and it's not a partial eclipse, but it's an angular eclipse where there's going to be parts of the sun beaming around. Like it's not going to completely cover the sun, and it should look pretty awesome and pretty cool. So that's actually happening on Christmas on the 25th, and eclipses change things. So the last eclipse we had was in July, and eclipses set the stage for about 6 months. So what has changed in your life and what has happened since the month of July? Now, when December 25th comes, the next eclipse will set the stage for the next 6 months. So, with that being said, the eclipse in July had totally changed my daily routines. Okay, my dog Ted passed away, and that had kind of put my whole routines upside down that I've had for the last 7 years of being a dog mother. Now, this is my new 6 month cycle. Something else will change or bring light into my daily routines, my health habits. And I am already on the track with changing my health habits. I just ordered some Shakeology. I'm going to try that. It's a vegan shake, and try going vegan for a week this coming up week. and see how I feel. So the last transit, I guess, that I can talk about would be Mercury entering Capricorn on the 28th. So all of the planets will be in Capricorn pretty much, except for Venus, because Venus already rolled in and rolled out, you know. So there's going to be a stellium there. Hi, Candace. Thanks for joining. How was your Thanksgiving? So let's see. Yeah, Mercury and Sagittarius is going to be pretty fun. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong with plant-based diet. I've eliminated chicken and turkey out of my diet. I think it's been a few years since I've ate chicken, turkey. It's been a year. And then the pork and beef are kind of holding on by a very thin string because, yeah, I love my pork ribs, my barbecue ribs, and the hearty stews. But like, it's nothing that I can't do with seafood. If you think about it, I've been making this Korean cod, which is pretty hearty in my opinion, because you have the cod, you have the curry, and then you have the coconut rice, which I really like. Um, yeah, I don't think I'll ever stop eating seafood unless I find out that the seafood is like extremely toxic or bad. I really do love my sushi. And yeah. So are you guys ready for this shift? Jupiter had entered Sagittarius last year, and it's entering into Capricorn today. So we're going to definitely feel that shift for sure. But yeah. Should we do a card? I already want more coffee. It's like my second one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I picked this card off my Alice in Wonderland deck. It is completely appropriate for this transit. And this is such a curious dream, grounding and returning to reality and coming home. So because Jupiter's been expanding with no limits in its home sign of Sagittarius, that could be very ungrounding. It could be unstable. It could feel not secure. Now, Jupiter moving into Capricorn today is returning to reality. It's returning to stability. Okay, so I'll read that. And it's card number 45, which is a 9, which is the house of Sagittarius. And it is the last card in the deck, which tells me this is an ending and a completion of a cycle. And now we're in gestation to create a brand new. Now, because 2019 is a 3-year, that's unstable. But it's also, we've been getting a lot of messages and information from other worlds, other universes, to really understand what we want to focus on. Okay. Now, 2020 is a 4-year. That's stability. Just like a chair has 4 legs, it's stable. And because all these planets are in Capricorn, that is also creating a lot of stability. It's the gestation period, and it's 2021 when we're actually going to see a lot of acceleration and movement forward. because that will be a 5-year, which is creation. So it's like we're turning over the soil, right? And then we're planting our seeds, but we're finding out what seeds that we want to plant. And then 2021, we will see the bud and the manifestation of those seeds. So, such a curious dream. We often have remarkable moments, just as Alice does when she begins her journey by following the white rabbit. But just as we must follow the dream, we must also return to the everyday. In this card, at this moment, you are being asked to return to what many people might consider ordinary. Your sixth house, right? Your daily tasks, your daily routines. You must take care of yourself, eat well, go home, be grounded, and take care of what must be taken care of. The ordinary and yet blessed responsibilities within our lives. There is still great magic in this, especially after journeying through our own wonderland and knowing true enchantment, for we can return, but we are forever changed. Now it is time to ground, come home, integrate the experiences you've had, and do the very simple, mundane tasks that most people don't consider special enough to have any magic at all within them. That was a run-on sentence. But they are magic, dear soul, and that's a misspell. They are. So let every simple act be done with awareness, simplicity, gratitude, and kindness. Do not be dissatisfied with the seemingly mundane nature of it all. Instead, embrace this coming back to earth as an opportunity to ground, reconnect, and to bring a sense of sacred, of the magic of Wonderland to all that you do, no matter how humble it may be. You will return to that extraordinary place again, but for now, embrace the joy of being at home within your humanity. Aw, Travis, you're pooping. That's so sweet. I'm glad that you have a regular cycle. So, the deviation for this, a time when work must be done. Eat well and prepare good meals. Make magic in your everyday activities and ordinary movements. A return from an extraordinary experience, adventure, travel, or holiday. When the time is right, you will encounter Wonderland once again. So I really like that card. That's a cool card. And then I'll do an animal card. Who's still in the room? Is it Christina? Because I'll let you pick. All right, so okay, yeah, it is a good card. Yeah, totally. When I picked that, I was like, "Oh, this totally goes with it." Oh, the oyster. So we got the oyster. So this will be the animal card. And I forgot the book, so because the book is so huge. But I got the oyster, and this is the deep sea. This is deep, deep sea. This is like you're in your shell and you're protected and you're deep in your emotions. Okay, I'll do the butterfly card, the whispers, the nature whispers, because I have that. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's transformation. I like the butterfly. Like we all go through those cycles. So let me pick out of the butterfly deck since how you said something and I don't. Do I have books for any of my cards? Maybe I didn't bring books for my cards. I won't read it. I'll just pick it. I love this deck. Okay, I'm going to shuffle through one more time. And I'll just pick the top. Acceptance of love. But do you see this? it's a tree, and she's like loving a tree. So this card to me, 8, 9, 10, 11, it's an 11 card. It's about your true divine partner, your exact opposite, and it's acceptance of love into something stable, right? Because this guy is a freaking tree. And so this is loving something that is actually good for you and like that can create stability in your life. So I like that one because Jupiter transiting Capricorn is about our value, and it's our relationships too, because it's trining that value house and it's trining our sixth house, like what, our daily routines, our health, like how are you taking care of yourself? How are you taking care of your temple? Like really, like however we value ourselves is what we're giving ourselves on a daily. Because if you think you have your second house of value, then it trines and builds on your sixth house. So whatever your value is, what you value, how you value yourself, it's going to reflect in your daily routines of whatever you're doing, even your health habits. Like if you value yourself and you value your health, your sixth house will reflect that, right? You're going to take care of your temple. You're going to eat well. You're going to take your vitamins. You're going to exercise. And then you're going to feel well. And you're going to put towards your daily routines little baby steps to get you to your 10th house. And your 10th house is your career. It's your legacy in the world. Like what kind of legacy are you leading? Or are you just like, being shitty to yourself and you're not eating healthy and let's say you're getting wasted every day, and then what? Your 10th house, your legacy, what are you leaving? You're not leaving behind anything, right? Because you're just wasting your life away in your health. So, hi, Angela. Shla. Love you. It's the blue heron. I chose the blue heron. So I did bring the book for this one. And it's kind of cool because these cards, this is the blue heron on all of these cards. See, this is the card of the deck. Make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. I love this card because seriously, like, what are you doing? What are your choices? Are your choices based off of what you want? I just opened right up to it. Or is it based off of what your friends and family want? Hi, I love you too. So I'm going to read the blue heron. Oh, my battery's about to die. Trust your deepest sense of knowing what is right action is and do it. And don't rely on others to tell you what to do or how to act. Not everyone will approve of the decisions you make. And if your choice goes against the grain of what people expect from you, you'll no doubt run into strong criticism and judgment. Stand still, look around, breathe. You're doing just fine in the spite of others' assessments of you. Besides your greatest and most fulfilling support will come from that place inside that guides you by revealing signs that tell you what path to follow. Heeding these signs helps your soul be in alignment with Spirit's intent for you. You may have to get both feet in the water and wade through the dregs of other people's disapproval, asserting yourself where needed. Practical optimism and clarity of purpose will always despite any tendencies towards criticism or self-pity. Trust in your inner knowing and let that be the source of your strength to help you keep moving forward. So this card is about being on your own path and not anyone else's. And trusting in that, no matter how many people disapprove, Believe me, being in astrology and the spiritual business is not easy. You don't get support from everyone. I mean, especially if you're raised Christian. But sometimes you just have to do what God is telling you to do, regardless. You know, it's just like when I was starting my cleaning business. I love to clean and organize. Do you think that's something that my family wanted me to do? No. They're like, we don't want you scrubbing toilets. I'm like, I have a degree. I like to clean. And to me, that's not what it's about. It's about cleansing. It's about, um, enjoying what I do and being good at what I do. And I'm like, I have a Virgo moon. Like, I have to follow that. Like, I like doing the domestic things. I like hanging out and taking care of kids. I love cooking and cleaning. This is just something that's a part of me, and I can't deny that. But so with that being said, like, you have to do what you enjoy. Otherwise, if you're living a life to make everyone else happy and approve of you, you're just going to be miserable. So stay on track with what you want and what you desire and what makes you happy, because ultimately you're the one that has to go to bed at night um, by yourself. So I think that's all. I got some cards done. I really like what was chosen, and I wish you guys well in this new Jupiter moving into Capricorn transit. We have a lot of movement going on. These are the last 4 weeks for 2019. We're closing up a whole decade, and we're opening up to a brand new 2020 cycle. And it's going to come out with a bang for sure, especially with that eclipse on the 25th of December, and then the major conjunction of Saturn and Pluto on January 12th. And with Jupiter even being in an earth sign and all these planets in an earth sign, I mean, that's why a big reason why we're seeing all the earthquakes and stuff. I wouldn't doubt that we would have a bigger earthquake coming in the Bay Area, because between like now and January. So just make sure that you're prepared, because we can't really predict earthquakes. And that's the only bad thing about them. Like everywhere else in the world that has like natural disasters, like they can predict like, oh, look, a hurricane's coming, or a tornado's coming, or a tidal wave's coming. Like, but earthquakes, you just can't predict those. So yeah, all right, guys, have a beautiful Monday. Monday mornings with Cosmos and coffee.